Have you ever encountered a story so powerful it breaks down barriers, mends hearts, and inspires generations? This is one such story. Today, we delve into the extraordinary account of Ruth, a woman whose loyalty and faith paved the way for redemption. Sit back and prepare to be inspired by her incredible journey. To begin, let me introduce you to Naomi, a woman of Israel. She lived during a time when famine struck the land. As desperation took over, Naomi, her husband, Elimelech, and their 2 sons decided to leave Bethlehem and move to Moab, a neighboring land. It was their hope to escape starvation and build a better life. In Moab, their sons married Moabite women, Orpah and Ruth, but tragedy soon struck. Elimelech, Naomi's husband, passed away. And as if that wasn't enough, both of Naomi's sons also died. Now Naomi and her 2 daughters-in-law were left as widows, bound by grief and living in a foreign land. But Naomi, hearing that the famine in Bethlehem had finally ended, decided to return home. She urged her daughters-in-law to stay in Moab, pleading with them, "Go back, each of you, to your mother's home. May the Lord show kindness to you, as you have shown to me and my sons." Orpah reluctantly agreed and returned to her family. But Ruth made a remarkable decision. With unwavering firmness, she told Naomi, "Do not urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord deal with me, be it ever so severely, if even death separates you and me." Can you imagine such loyalty and commitment? A Moabite woman choosing to leave her home, her gods, and everything she had ever known to follow Naomi into an uncertain future. It's a decision born of love and faith. Ruth showed a deep understanding that standing by someone in their time of need is of greater worth than personal convenience. So together, Naomi and Ruth embarked on their journey to Bethlehem. Upon their arrival, the entire town was astir, marveling at their return. But Naomi, filled with bitterness and sorrow, insisted they call her Mara, meaning bitter, for she believed the hand of God had turned against her. In Bethlehem, it was the harvest season. To provide for Naomi and herself, Ruth went to glean in the fields. Gleaning was a practice where the poor could gather leftover grains from the harvest. And it so happened that Ruth ended up in the field of Boaz, a wealthy and kind man who was a relative of Naomi's late husband. When Boaz noticed Ruth, he inquired about her and learned of her loyalty to Naomi. Touched by this, Boaz went out of his way to protect her. He instructed his workers to leave extra grain behind for her to gather and warned them not to harm her. Ruth was overwhelmed by his kindness and asked why he treated her, a foreigner, with such favor. Boaz replied that he had heard of all she had done for Naomi and prayed that God would richly bless her. Isn't it incredible how acts of kindness can light up the darkest days? As time went by, Naomi realized that Boaz was a kinsman redeemer. According to Jewish custom, a kinsman redeemer was a male relative who had the privilege or responsibility to help a family member in difficulty, such as by marrying a widow to protect her honor and lineage. Naomi devised a plan. She instructed Ruth to approach Boaz at night after he had finished eating and drinking. Ruth was to uncover his feet as he lay down and lie at his feet, as a sign of seeking his protection. This might sound unusual to us today, but in their culture it was a gesture of humility and a request for redemption. When Boaz woke and found Ruth at his feet, she said, "Spread the corner of your garment over me, since you are a guardian redeemer of our family." Boaz was moved by Ruth's courage and kindness, and he assured her that he would do everything necessary to redeem her. But first he explained that there was a closer relative who had the first right to redeem her. The next morning, Boaz went to the town gate, a public place where legal matters were settled. He met the closer relative and presented the situation. While the man initially agreed to redeem the land belonging to Naomi's family, he changed his mind upon learning that it also involved marrying Ruth. He didn't want to jeopardize his own inheritance and relinquished his right to Boaz. Boaz joyfully took the opportunity to redeem Ruth and marry her. Their union was blessed with a son named Obed. Little did they know, Obed would become the grandfather of King David, one of Israel's greatest kings and a direct ancestor of Jesus Christ. The story of Ruth is a testament to loyalty, love, and God's providence. Through Ruth's selflessness and Boaz's kindness, God's divine plan unfolded in a way that forever changed history. Imagine the impact of Ruth's decision, a foreign widow stepping into an unknown culture and becoming part of God's redemptive story. In this tale, Ruth teaches us the value of sacrificial love and unwavering faithfulness, while Boaz shows us the power of generosity and integrity. And Naomi? She reminds us that even in our moments of bitterness and despair, God's hand is at work, weaving a story far greater than we can imagine. So the next time you find yourself doubting the difference one life can make, remember Ruth. One woman, one choice, endless ripples of hope and redemption. What are we willing to sacrifice for love, loyalty, and faith? And how often do we seek the good of others above our own? These are questions Ruth's story invites us to ponder. Perhaps it's time to step into faith, trusting in God's greater plan, and being the one who makes a lasting impact in someone else's life. Thank you for watching today's episode of this timeless series exploring the Bible's most inspiring stories. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for the next captivating tale. And remember, even the smallest acts of loyalty and kindness can be part of God's grand design for redemption.